Hi everybody, my name is Juan and I'm going to explain you how it works my design style or how do I work when I'm designing. So I'm going to explain you very briefly my process, my design process. I'm here, this guy over here, and you're going to take a look at up to my resume. I try to be very simple and clear my resume, but well, to explain you how it works my design process, I'm going to use an example of an UX task I did for a German company a couple of months ago. So basically they have this simple task, so they had a problem they need to solve, and I asked the brand guide for that business. So they sent me this, and the first thing I did was take a look of all that stuff, the way they use the copies, the colors, typography, and everything visual. So the first thing I did was to understand where was the problem. So understanding the problem, so I take a look. I read like 4 times their task, and I try to understand what the was the real problem. So I like to take in mind always some basic principle from Jordan Lawrence. I view on a TED Talk, and basically there were two powerful topics: the design and the validation. And Jordan Lawrence talked about the design in the UX process, that some three basic principles. First one is that people don't read. So in my solution, I have to take into account all these principles. For me, they were very important in the process. So the clutter, so removing useless content and use the right color, typography, interface, and then go to validation, testing designs, being humble. I mean, hearing what the people, what the team think is very important, and delight our users. There are some small and important details you can implement into an app or into a design that could be very delightful for users, and they are going to make the users want to taste, want to share, or want to stay with you as a brand or as a services. So first step was to take a really good research and understanding the problem. The second step is the rough sketch time. So I take my paper and my pen and start to draw possible solutions for this task, and then I go and then I keep I continue into this process. So it was just one simple task, so I didn't sketch too much. I get it. Let me oh yeah, I got it from here. Then before the sketch time, I start to with the mockups. Without color, I try to using a nice typography, try to fit my thoughts into the design and into the solution. So I start to work on that solution, and then I work on the look and feel, the colors, the typography, how they use these little small details of illustrations they use. So I try to implement it in the solution, and I got the look and feel and a lo-fi prototype. I got my preliminary design, of the solution. And finally, after finishing all this process, I thought in some interesting improvements for the problem. So basically, that's the way my head works when I design. The first thing I do is to research. Then I got my paper and pen and start to work. Then I go to software. I mean, this time I work on Sketch app. So this is where all the magic, the visual magic goes, and some Illustrator, and well, basically that was my design process. And I want to show you that I have implemented that design process with two different startups. One is from all parts of the world. Its name is Kansas, and this is the folder of all the different projects I have been working with them. There are clients for all around the world, and I wrote down in the description how I worked with them. And this is another one. I work UI animation for a European startup. So basically they send me this, and I try to give life all their imagination. So I work this UI animation to give what I told you, that delightful look for the user. So it has been interesting working with these two big startups around the world. It will be nice to share with you my experience, and working with you, it will be just awesome. So it's nice to meet you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and goodbye.